a friend of mine, his son was sick in the hospital.
A friend of yours?
Right.
Okay.
And went to go visit him. And while there, we were, just trying to keep his son's spirits up.
Right.
And on the way home, I was thinking how that could have been me and my wife and what we had done in that situation. What could we do with that bed? What if we put games on the sheets?
I always tell people, I said, the air I breathe is not for everyone. That's one of my slogans. Mm-hmm. The air I breathe is not for everyone, because I can climb to the top of that mountain and I'm sitting up there all by myself and I will throw every one of my friends a rope, but I ain't gonna pull you up. You're gonna have to climb up.
That's right.
But I'll throw you the rope. Mm-hmm. I will throw you the rope. And I will tell you when you get here that if you're not trained as an athlete or to learn how to breathe, you're gonna run out of air up there really quick. Mm-hmm. Because if you go climb 14,000 feet in Colorado and you ain't got oxygen on your back, you gonna wanna climb down that mountain really quick.
Yeah.
And so I just live by a whole new principle of, I don't need a lot of friends. I just need ones that are going in the right direction I'm going.
My principle has always been that people come in your life for a reason, a season, or for life.
Yeah.
And you don't know, until a situation happens in regards to what type of friend you have. So with that said, it's always been easy, for me to, kind of wipe my hands,
right.
Burn the bridge up.
Yeah.
Because everybody's not supposed to be in your life, for, a season or a reason. So I kind of keep that motto and I live by that motto.
I love your principles, man.
Yeah, it's worked for me.
When I follow you and see you, man, I could not see you for 4 or 5 years, a year, 2 years, or even 6 months. And I'll see you for the first time. Like I just walked in here a minute ago, man. I just thought I found one of my fraternity brothers I've known forever. What up, baby? Give me a hug. Come here. When you love somebody, you love somebody. When you have good energy, you have good energy. Yeah. When you have a good heart, you have a good heart.
Yeah.
And I know without a doubt that you have one of the best hearts I've ever met.
Well, birds of a feather flock together, right?
They do.
You and I have been knowing each other.
Oh God.
Since we was 18.
Yeah, at least 16.
Yeah.
16. Micah. I known this big tub of lard over here since he was 16 years old, man. Look at him now.
How old are you now?
I'm 50.
Yeah, he's half a year older than me.
But like this, we were, common denominator. Mike posted a picture of him flexing. I could show you a picture of me flexing at that age too, right?
I know.
Just kind of same mentality. So I've been friends with this guy and watching this guy when he was Lightning Mike.
Oh Lord.
When he made 10 windows sexy.
When you told me that, I tripped out. I literally processed that for 30 minutes because we talked the other day about being on the podcast and you go, Mike, you made window tinting sexy. And I'm like, tell me that again. Explain that to me. I'm still trying to understand what sexy means.
So not only do you want to become an expert, at whatever your genre is, but you got to own it. And what you did was own window tinting in Charlotte. You went to Freeman's to get your car stereo and you went to Lightning Mike's to get your window tinted. And it was like a rite of passage. If you had a car, those were the two places, right, in Charlotte, right? So for you, Lightning Mike, that's what I know you as.
Yeah.
You made, and that was before social media, right? That was before being able to post and show all the different cars and all that stuff. You was out there grinding. You had a mentality way before I did when it came to entrepreneurship. So you was a mentor to me. To this day, certain things that you have told me, you never know who's watching, you never know who's listening. I remember we was in the gym and I was, I guess, complaining about time. And you said, Kev, I don't start my day until 10 o'clock. I go work out, I come home and eat, I process the day, and then I get started. So you know what I do now? my day don't start until 10 a.m.
I've changed that mentality. My day starts.
No, I like it. Don't tell me what you changed it to.
I go to the gym at 6 a.m. now. I get out at 8, and then I process and get started about 8:30 because I got too many people that emailing me. My phones are blowing up. I'm going crazy. But that was when I had a couple of stores, and it was easy to manage. But now it's 67 stores and a lot of responsibilities and a father.
Yeah.
I have to go and shut my clock off later.
Yeah.
Like, I look at every day as game day, okay? And you play sports. So when you play sports, I wake up and I go, all right, it's game day. It's on. It's on, baby. It's on. Whether I feel good, whether I'm having a good day or bad day, got some or not got some night before or whatever. It's game day in my mind and it's on. I have to say it's on.
That's right.
How many times did you ever play hurt?
You know, for me, not a lot. Because I've always worked for myself and I always had to get out there and hunt as well. Yeah. So even if I was hurt, I was still out there, hunting. Yeah. So I really, and I teach my boys that, nobody cares if you're hurt.
Nobody cares.
Right. So you still got to get up. You still got to make it happen.
I'm talking to Kevin Gatlin from Mint Hill, North Carolina. Isn't that right?
Yeah. Charlotte, Mint
Hill. I know, baby. Old school. How much you weigh now? 290?
Man, I've been on a weight journey for years.
Are you lifting or heavy? Are you going down? Which one are you trying to go now?
I try to keep the reps around 15, but I'm around 303.
You're 303?
Yeah.
I thought you were under 300.
That's good. That's what I want you to think. Yeah. Yeah. When I pull my shirt out in the front, you know.
How's it feel to walk around like a big ass tough guy? Like, how's it feel? Like, when you walk around, you just go, ain't nobody messing with me ever. Like, you walk around, I saw this guy, I think it was on Facebook or Instagram, and he does parodies. It's a dude that's like a bodybuilder. He walks around with his arms like really big everywhere he goes. Yeah. And everywhere he goes, he like bumps into somebody or hits somebody, and then he looks at him really funny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I've seen that.
That's you, baby.
No. That's not me.
You don't even have to put your arms out that big.
No, I try to be the opposite of what people think I am.
Yeah.
And I think that's the beauty about, the company that I created, the dichotomy of you think I'm going to be this person, but really I'm this big guy with this big heart. Yeah. Just trying to do big things for kids in the hospital.
Right. What was your first job out of school, man?
Good question. I've had so many. Out of high school?
Mm-hmm. Everybody out of high school, like right out of high school. Like, graduated high school, what was your first job? Like, where'd you go?
I was working at Costco.
Really?
Yeah, over on Independence.
Wow.
Yeah. Even after graduation, when everybody else was, going to party or whatever, I went to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All my friends, in school, were going out partying and drinking and doing all their thing. I was in the gym. I was grinding.
Yeah.
I was always trying to improve myself every day. I was trying to get better every day. Even today, I'm still trying to get better, man.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get this podcast started and get it off the ground. And people are like, man, you trying to make money off that thing? I said, hell no, I ain't trying to make money off this thing, man. I'm trying to hang out with my old friends and people that meant something to me that I don't talk to a lot of people all the time anymore because I'm so busy traveling. Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting there going, man, who has a good story, who's got a good heart, a good person, who's got, some influence on doing positive things in this world? Mm-hmm. Who's doing positive things?
Yeah, it's really important.
That's just so important. Yeah. And I follow you, and thank God for Facebook. Because if it wasn't for Facebook, I would not be able to keep up with a lot of the really good, positive people out there that are doing good things. Because, when I see you, I'm on Facebook and I'm sitting there going, you don't know, but like I'm keeping up with you. And I'm like, man, my boy's killing it. And I'm proud of you, man. I just want to tell you, I'm freaking proud of you, bro.
Hey, ooh, that's some good stuff, Mike.
Hey, I'll bring the good stuff out from my old, you have to be 20-year friend and further to be able to drink this stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to have to drink that while you in the middle of your speech.
That's cool.
If I wait till the end and then try to cut in.
Have you tried this one? Have you tried this one?
Nah, which one is this?
This one's smooth, man. This is the Samurai Scientist. This one right here, this one will make your feelings hurt. This is one that'll love you and leave you.
Yeah, that's good too.
Some good stuff.
Yeah, that's real good. But, vice versa, man. You've had some really good guys that I admire. Todd, you had him on the show. Yeah. I've been watching Todd for years, and it's funny because I kind of consider myself as starting late, in this entrepreneurial game. But when you have good friends and you hang around good people, we kind of have a roadmap to follow.
Right.
And I just really been, watching you guys and how you post and how you keep the focus, on your business,
right,
on your family,
right,
and what's important, right? Not
right.
really showing the lifestyles and all that. And there's nothing wrong with that, but you use, I enjoy watching, either you use social media for the social or for the media.
Right.
Right. And I find that a lot of entrepreneurs, they really embrace using social media for the media side of it.
Right.
And not really the social side of it. And I like that because you get to see a lot more transparency in individuals who, are using it for that purpose. So I've been a fan of yours, and a couple of the other guys you've had on for years, man. And we'll continue to be.
Yeah, I really enjoyed D'Angelo. He's a well-spoken person.
Good brother.
Great guy. Like we gravitated towards each other when we first met, and we stayed in touch. I think it was like 2 weeks after I met the dude. He came over to my house.
I was there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And it was just one of those things where it was like, I just like good people, man. And here's the thing. I want to ask a very, very serious question. And I grew up same time you did. I never saw race. Mm-hmm. Ever. Mm-hmm. I never, ever considered you a man of, I don't even know the right words to say anymore because I'm so politically out of touch.
Right.
So I'm sitting here going, well, yeah, Kevin's black, but that's my friend.
Yeah.
That's my boy.
Right.
Like, I never once looked at you like anything else but my boy, like my friend or my brother. You called me anytime and said you needed something. I'd be like, whoa, what do you need?
Yeah.
I'm here for you.
Mm-hmm.
Where did the world change? Because I feel like it's different now. I feel it different. But I have a lot of my old friends that I grew up with in high school and college, and we look at each other with love, man. We love each other. Like, I'm just trying to figure out, where did it change? Did something change that I didn't get a memo or a text on? Or do you feel like the world's changed against you? Because I'm just curious.
Well, I didn't get the memo either.
Right.
I'll be honest. I've always just focused on, my inner circle.
Yeah.
Right. Things that I can control. And when it comes to my friends become friends based on the common denominators.
Right.
Right. I'm a husband first. I'm a father. I'm a son. I'm a brother. Those are the things that I look for, when it comes to friendship with other people as well.
Right.
I use the analogy of my sheets, Playtime sheets, and what we do in the hospitals for kids. A child that is in the bed, that's sick, has been there for, X amount of days. They don't care that the person that's donating or providing these sheets is black or white or what religion they are.
Right.
They're just happy that they have something to occupy their time. So I kind of look at my friendships the same way. I don't care what color,
right,
my friends are.
Right.
What I care, are they good people, genuine people?
Right.
And then they are on my first string. I got a second string and I got a third string. If you're on second string, you call me. I may text you back.
Yeah.
You're on third string, you can call me as much as you want.
I maybe not, maybe.
I may not
see.
get back to you.
Yeah.
But good people, you keep them on first string.
Right.
And you don't look at the color of their skin.
I like that, first string.
Yeah.
I like that.
Party they're associated with.
Right.
And we add all these different titles, what political association, what religious association, are you in a fraternity? All these different titles we put on our back. I don't have them titles.
I don't either.
I don't. What I want to know is, are you, a good person?
Your core values. Are you core value? Are you a good dude or not?
That's it.
Yeah.
And you can't post that on social media and get away with it.
I was telling a friend of mine the other day. I said, if you're a bad person, broke, you can be a worse person with money. Mm-hmm. And if you're a good person, broke, you can be a great person with money. Mm-hmm. I believe that.
Yeah.
Because your core, you either are or you aren't.
Yeah. For me, this is Kevin's ideology.
I love it.
My own opinion.
Let's go.
And it's not even a debate.
Sure, it's your opinion. It's your core value.
It's what I believe, and it's what I teach my family, my kids.
I love it. I can't wait to hear this.
I teach them that we believe in everything made by nature. You can't dispute it, right? If it's made by nature, we believe in it. We are suspect of anything made by man. If it's made by man, And then it was made based on an ideology.
Right.
It was made based on a reason, right? So the things that I can't control is being a husband, a father, a son, and a brother, right? That's what I can't control.
Right.
That's what I believe in. Those are the only things that cause me stress. All those things made by man, I don't co-sign that. I don't have a favorite football team. You know, if you ask me who my role model is, it's my dad.
Right.
Right. So I'm not bothered by anything that's happening in the world because I don't co-sign any of that stuff. There's nothing wrong with it. I just try to live a real clean, simple life.
Right.
Right. Again, if it's made by nature, I co-sign it. I believe in it. It's a tree. It's a fruit.
Right.
It's good for the body. If it's made by man, processed foods.
Right.
All these different ideologies. I don't co-sign.
You eat clean, man? You meal prep?
I eat stuff made by man.
I was sitting here going, all right, so what direction we going over here, man? Are we like made by nature? All right, cool. Like you out here, you got your own garden in your backyard and stuff?
It's more of a mental ideology, right?
I get you, bro.
I'm human, right?
Yeah, of course.
But I try to keep it simple, not just for me, but I really try to do it for my boys.
Do you think the world's getting more complicated?
Yes.
People need to just simplify again.
They need to simplify it. It's overcomplicated.
Everybody's trying to buy stuff they can't afford.
That's right.
They're buying big houses.
Yeah.
I tint windows, of course. And I've been in and out of homes because we tint windows in homes. And I remember 15, 20 years ago, I was out in the van grinding. I was building my residential commercial division. I'm out there doing estimates and I'm walking in the house. And I went to Lake Norman one time. BMW in the driveway, brand new. Mercedes in the driveway, brand new. Walk in, I'm like, pool in the backyard. Like, I mean, this thing's right on the lake. It looks like, money. I walk in, the kitchen's dialed in. Mm-hmm. Walk past the kitchen, the area is just like the living room is nice. I walk in this other room, it's empty. I walk in this other room, it's empty. I walk in this other room, it's empty. I walk in the dining room and there's like a little card table sitting there. Mm-hmm. I walk up to the bedroom and he's got like just one bed, no furniture, nothing. And I'm over there in my mind, and the guy's like, man, I want to tint these windows. The sun's coming in my bedroom in the morning and I can't see. And not see. It's waking me up and it's hot. And it was basically this bedroom was in a corner and it was the morning sun and it was killing him. And he had these little paper, you could obviously see that he had just moved in probably within 6 months. And I asked him, I said, how long have you been here? He said, oh, I've been here a year. You've been here a year and you have 5 bedrooms and a couple of dining rooms and everywhere. And this place is like 6,000 square feet. And you could tell that he couldn't afford to, or either he didn't want to. Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting here going, man, this dude's probably a little house poor is what we would say. And I look back and at the time I was in a little not a rental house. I was in a little small house in Harrisburg. It was like in Turtle Rock off Harrisburg Road. It was like $120,000 starter house. That was my first house. And we were there like 8 years, man. And I was so scared when I first got my mortgage. It was like $1,100 and my interest rate was 6.5%, right? And I was like, oh my God, this is going to be so hard. And I grinded. I started tinting windows more and I started working harder. And then the next thing you know, a couple years later, I'm like, we're taking vacations. I'm buying a new car and we're having a good time. We're eating out. Mm-hmm. We're going Outback. We're having good dinners. We're going to movies, going shopping on the weekends. And then we had an opportunity with interest rates when they started dropping a little bit. I bought some property on Providence Road and rented out the old house and built this big monstrosity of a house, and it was on Providence Road, and it was like 5,500 square feet. It was beautiful, nice, and then I got the city of Charlotte sent me the tax bill, and I'm like, oh, I don't like this house that much. Mm-hmm. And then we were house poor. Next thing you know, I had just done it to myself. Yeah, I did. And what happened is I had a lot of people in the car business. I have a marketing degree, as you do. Right. You have a marketing degree as well. And I started tinting windows, and everybody just didn't treat me with respect. Everybody looked at me as like an oil change mechanic or something. Right. Yeah. And so I had to buy a Rolex, buy a BMW, buy a nice car, put rims on my van. But for 15 years, I drove a company Lightning Mike's van. Yeah. I didn't go anywhere in Charlotte. I had an old Astro van with Venom wheels on it, chromed out with tint. And I'd pop out of that thing, date night, didn't matter. It didn't matter if I was at Vinny's. It didn't matter if I was at Morton's. It didn't matter where I was. I was driving my Lightning Mike's van, bro.
Yeah.
Because that thing was advertising my business.
That's right.
Everybody that saw me walk out, I had 10, 15, 20 business cards in my back pocket. Everywhere. Hey, I had the valet at Morton's. Hey, bro, you need your windows tinted. Hand him a card. It was like, boom. Everywhere I went, it was boom, boom. Movie on Sundays, Lightning Mike's t-shirt. Wherever I went, I was a broadcasting.
That's right.
Everywhere.
You made it look sexy.
I made it look sexy, baby.
And that's why you're where you're at now.
That's right.
But now you just proved my point. Because we live in a man-made city, we wake up in a mind of competition. We're looking at our neighbor. It could be as simple as looking at their lawn and thinking, I got to get my lawn up, right? We go to work, we're looking at just anything and everything around us, and we're always in a I have to compete mode, right? We don't have enough nature around us, right? When we take a trip to the beach, what do we want to do? We just want to sit on the beach.
Chill.
We don't want
I got an
any
umbrella, though. The sun's killing me, man.
They don't cost much. I mean, unless it's,
I got to have me the
Gucci
Costco one. And it's funny because I'll be at the beach and there'll be 20 of them in a row from Costco. But go ahead.
Yeah, but my point is that I think for me, I just mentally got past, because I did that. I had the 740. I had the Lexus SC400, right? So every time I made money, I looked for new toys, right? And I enjoyed my toys until it was time to take them to the shop. I never walked out of that dealership under $2,000, right? When that warranty ran out on that BMW, I sold it as quickly as possible, right? And then I used it to bootstrap my company.
Right.
So I used it to bootstrap my company. I sold the Lexus, I sold the BMW. And then I went and got me, a car, a Honda, just to get me around. I love that Honda more than I love that 740 and that SE400 because it's more practical to my needs right now. And what I realized is a lot of times we're paying for a name. So we get caught up in the man-made items. Right. That same shirt costs $10 with North Carolina, but if you put Louis Vuitton on it,
it'd be $2,000 or $500 or whatever.
Come on.
Yeah.
I can't.
That's Instagram. I call Instagram Insta famous. I call it Insta famous, which means you get likes, you're Insta famous. You get posts and you get shares, you're Insta famous. Facebook, I call fake book. Fake book. Because you can be the most depressed, like you can have the worst life, whatever, and you can go post a picture of you smiling with people everywhere. It doesn't matter what you're doing. I see these families, I'm not going to name any names, but I see families with their kids and the wives, and I know secretly they're not doing good. Right. And they're just miserable. But the wife of the neighbors in the neighborhood posts that they are the Brady Bunch, man.
Yeah,
they are
keeping up heirs.
Look at us. Look at us. That's why I call it fake book.
Yeah. And that's the difference in transparency between using it for social and using it for media. When people give me accolades and say, "Oh, Kev, you're killing it," I tell them, look at the dates between each post. That'll tell you how much work I put in. Right. So if you go to my Facebook page,
there's 12 days before the next post. I've been grinding.
30 days.
Might be.
Which means how many no's did I get to get that one yes? Right. And really, the reason why I post is because I have a lot of those individuals who work in that genre that I want them to see that people are buying this. It's viable, right? It's wanted, right? So that they will eventually, marketing, right? They'll eventually say, hey, we need to get that at our hospital. I just saw that this hospital brought it on board. Let's go ahead and reach out and get it in our hospital.
Explain to me, in the last 15 years, you went from high school at Costco. What'd you do after that? Just go through a rapid fire. What was your next job?
I went to CPCC. Okay. Right. Coming out of independence, our generation, we didn't really have that. I'm going to college. Right.
I was forced to go to college. My dad said, you got to go. If you fell out the first year, you at least went.
Right.
My dad was like, you going?
I was going military.
But I didn't understand why my dad wanted me to go to college because I didn't want to go. But then when I got there, I understood it was a life experience, living on my own, managing money, meeting new people, just being held responsible. I always said you can get a job anywhere in the world without college. But college, all it does in my opinion, I could be totally wrong, but this is my personal opinion of college, that you were responsible enough to get up, go to school, pay attention, do something, a task, work together as a team, test, and then graduate. So if an employer at a big corporation says, if you graduate from college, then he can get up on time, he can show up to work on time, and he can do what he's told, and he's not probably going to cause us any problems. If you don't go to college and you don't have a lot of experiences and you come out and you go, you graduated high school? What'd you do after high school? Oh, I worked at McDonald's and I worked at Costco and then I did this and this and now I want to do this. And the guy's like, nah.
Right. Yeah.
And so that's why. But finish what you were saying. I'm sorry.
Well, actually, just to, kind of piggyback on what you were saying, because it's leading up to that, out of that 800 something class, graduating class at Independence, I was 764.
764.
School, I just went, my friends were there.
Yeah.
I just hung out with those guys. Right. So for me, I didn't have a lot of resources. I didn't have a lot of options.
Right.
So I was going into the military and then I end up, coming down with a form of arthritis and I got discharged from the military.
Oh, wow.
I had an aunt in Texas.
What military branch?
I could only qualify for the Army. Right. I was getting ready to play in the dirt. Okay. Right. So, and I was cool with that. I was an athlete and I always liked to play in the dirt anyway. So for me, it was a way to get out the house.
Right.
Because I didn't have any options. So travel, see the world. That's all I heard, and I was going to be working in infantry and I was fine with that.
Okay.
But I had an aunt who was reading a magazine and she sent a magazine up to my mom and dad. And it was a scholarship opportunity for anyone with the last name Gatlin or Gatlin. You could get a full ride scholarship to the best school in North Carolina, NC State.
Wow.
Did you hear that?
I heard it.
Okay. I'm wearing the North Carolina Tar Heel
That's why
today.
I paused after I said that.
I got a Duke.
State.
Micah, you're a Duke fan?
Duke fan, yes, sir.
Why are you a Duke fan?
I'm from Durham.
What does that mean?
Straight out of the bowl.
But you're from Durham, and there's Durham people that love the Carolina Tar Heels?
Actually, I would say probably like 75% of people are Carolina fans in Durham.
Yeah, see, you don't tell me you're from Durham.
I just can't stand them.
Really? That's all right. You like the dark blue.
The dark blue.
I like the light blue. And Kevin over here likes the red.
Yep. So I went to NC State, and first I went to CPCC because I didn't have the grades.
Right.
And CPCC was really that pivotal moment for me because there's some great teachers over there. And they took me under their wing. They showed me how to study.
Okay.
Right? They showed me how to study, and they made it competitive. Right. So I had classes and it was competitive. So it was kind of like I didn't have, basketball to fall back. So I'm in class, in math class and English class, and they're making it competitive and it was fun. And I end up being able to transfer into NC State as a second semester freshman.
Okay.
I knew how to study. I went to NC State, ended up graduating a semester early.
Oh, boy.
Now, I didn't want to graduate a semester early. Let me paraphrase what I mean by that. So I'm at NC State. It's my last year, and I'm planning it. You know what I'm saying, big dog? I'm planning it. I'm going to the bike rally in Myrtle Beach. I'm planning it. So you had to go see your career counselor. So I go see the career counselor, and I'm thinking she's going to say, okay, here's your syllabus. Here's your assignments for next year. These are the classes you're going to take. She said, oh, Mr. Gatlin, I see you graduated. I said, huh? So yeah, you fulfilled all your courses. That was the most depressing day of my life because I went from thinking I had one more year of partying to now I got to be a grown up and I got to call my mom and dad and say, hey, I'm coming home. I graduated. And they're like, are you going to walk? Are we going to come up for graduation? No, I missed all that because I didn't think I was graduating this year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I have a similar story. I went to summer school. Right out of high school, or when we graduated high school, I went to Western Carolina. I had an 880 on my SAT. I'm not a very good tester. I'm not. If they gave me one page of the SAT every single day, I'd probably do pretty good on it. And I realized early on with my learning disabilities that I have to see the beginning and I have to see the end of something for me to have attention to do it. So if you hand me a book right now and say, read it, I'm going to be like, man, there's a lot of pages. I ain't reading that shit.
Right.
Okay. But if you hand me one page every hour or every day, I'll read that thing, no problem. Like, boop, 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 boop. Yep, no problem. because I can see how long in my mind, because I'm ADD times 1,000.
Yeah.
So on my mind, I'm sitting there going, well, I'm thinking right now, even on this podcast, of the 30 other things I need to do tomorrow, the things I need to do after this podcast, what I'm going to do in the morning. I got to fly to Texas tomorrow. Like, I'm literally in my brain processing 30 things as I'm talking to you right now.
Right. Yeah.
So when you hand me a book or a piece of paper, it has writing on it, I'm sitting there going, all right, how fast can I read this? And how fast can I get back to thinking about the shit I need to be doing? And so when I process that and I slow down, I take a deep breath and I go, oh, all right, hand me the piece of paper and I'll start reading it. Like when people send me contracts or send me anything from a lawyer or anything like that, it's like phones off, first thing in the morning. I've already been in the gym. I'm up, I'm attentive. I'm at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm sitting there at the kitchen table and I'm like, all right, it's important. Let me read this shit. And I have to have no distractions.
Yeah.
And then I'm on. Like I can focus.
Yeah.
I can get on that focus. Everybody keeps telling me that I need Adderall. And I'm like, bro, I don't need Adderall.
That's right.
I don't need anything. I just need to go to the gym, get my nervous energy out.
That's right.
Because I have nervous energy. I bite my fingernails.
Yeah.
I'm fidgety.
Yep.
And everybody goes, dude, why the hell you bite your fingernails? I don't want to.
Right.
My body just does it.
Yeah.
Like I'll be thinking, driving down the road about 10 different business opportunities or employees or just something. And I'll be letting her go, nah, like a little beaver. And my brain's just processing like a Pentium 5000. And I'm not even biting my fingernails. I'm just like clicking them.
That's right.
And it's just that nervous energy that I've got to get out.
That's right.
Do you battle that too?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I have to work out. You know, in the gym, they ask me and my partners if we're training for the Olympics.
Yeah.
Because
I've worked out with you a little bit. I've seen you in there.
I go very, very hard.
You talk as much as I do. I don't give a shit. You do.
I'm a yeller. I'm the guy screaming.
I'll be on the last set.
Yeah, that's me. That's me. Jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, all that stuff.
God. Love that.
I have to, because I have this energy that I have to release.
Yeah.
Because if I don't, I'll end up taking it out on the family.
Right.
Right. So,
oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. So I am a alpha testosterone head.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of energy, and I have to work out, and I have to work out at a certain level. It's a very intense level.
When I had Snake on, man, he was sitting there like, we worked out every day for like 12, 15 years, man.
Yeah.
And we grinded. He told me on the podcast, he's Mike, I ain't trying to give you any love, man, but like there ain't many people that can do what we do. You know how Snake is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can do better tomorrow, And I was like, motherfucker, I just gave you everything I got. I can do better tomorrow. Fuck you.
Hey, Snake is one of those guys that I admire. Snake has been grinding.
Oh, his whole life.
Right. And he's on the same intensity.
Yeah. As we are.
He's in the gym
every day,
or if he's on the mat
every day.
I haven't had the pleasure to roll with him.
Oh, I've rolled with him many times, man. Oh yeah, for years.
But
that's my guy. That's who I've been working out with.
But I've always admired him and Big John.
Yeah.
Because them boys are older than me, so I don't have no excuses.
Nah. He's hurting just like we are.
Yeah.
But he's grinding. Mm-hmm. And it's just love, man. That when you get into jiu-jitsu and you get into martial arts, I have never walked in the door thinking I'm going to hurt somebody.
Nah.
Ever. I walked in.
Because you get humbled real fast.
You do. Ooh. I mean, I've had tall guys choke me out with their legs in like minutes, and I'm sitting there going, Mother, I've been doing this shit for 15 years. You just choked my ass out with your legs. I'm like, it doesn't matter how long you've been doing something. Yeah. There's always somebody out there that can humble you.
One of my instructors, shout out to Aaron. I remember I was just starting jiu-jitsu, and I was around 340.
You're hard to roll with at that size, bro.
Yeah, I was around 340, but I didn't know what I was doing.
Did we roll? We rolled once, didn't we?
No, we sparred in Muay Thai.
Yeah, okay, got it. All right.
But he said, I'm going to let you roll with Lil Mikey. Lil Mikey was 18. Lil Mikey was probably 150 pounds, right? Real humble kid, right? And I'm looking at him like, Lil Mikey.
You're 340.
Right?
I'm going to roll this kid over. So he ankle locked you in about 2 minutes.
So we're doing 6-minute rounds, right?
6 minutes.
6-minute rolls.
That's a lot.
It is. You got to pace yourself.
Three
you can't
is all
blow
we
your
doing.
load. So we're doing 6-minute rounds. So I'm just throwing Lil Mikey. He gets on top.
Yeah,
I'm tossing him.
Yeah.
And everybody in the room is like, ooh, 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 right? So I'm thinking I'm really getting Lil Mikey. But Lil Mikey starts to get higher and higher, right? And I've blown my load, right?
Your chest is spent.
Exactly.
You've already got the adrenaline drop. You're done.
So Mikey sets me up. I try to throw him. I turn this way. Mikey jumps on my back, puts me in a rear naked choke. I don't tap. I choke first, and then Mikey lets go. Right? I'm sitting up like this. I look at the clock. There's still 3 minutes to go. Aaron comes over. He says, Big Kev, the muscles are for show. We're going to make them for go. Humbled me.
I'm telling you, people do not understand that our muscle mass works against you when you're doing jiu-jitsu. I have a lot of guys that I rolled with that were high. I would go in there and be like, these motherfuckers are high. They're smoking dope. And I don't smoke dope. Like I just don't like the way it makes me feel. I don't like the paranoia. I don't know how to be calm. Like being calm, like if I'm calm and I don't talk for a while, people look at me and they go, Mike, you all right? Mike, something's wrong, man.
I believe that.
It is. Are you not? That's true, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I literally, when I get calm.
He's actually a lot calmer than.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, he's a lot calmer.
Oh, yeah. I used to be nuts, man. I couldn't even hang out with
I
myself.
wish I could have seen that.
I'm surprised he didn't try to wrap me up when I came in the room. Big Kid!
Hey,
Trying to just throw me on the ground or something.
10 years ago, you would not have liked me. I was obnoxious. I was the craziest, wildest, off the charts guy. Like I was adrenaline times 10 all the time, every day, on. And I'm telling you, when you have an injury, it was my injury, Micah.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty
That humbled me, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. That injury, that back surgery I had, that motorcycle wreck humbled me. And I used to jump rope, work out. I was the guy that you challenged me. Oh, it's on, bro. You tell me I can't do something, I'll hire 5 trainers. I'll work out every day, 3 times a day.
Yeah.
And I'll be out there whooping your ass in a week.
Yeah.
I'm that guy.
Yeah.
And secretly doing it so that next time I see him, I'm
Right. Yeah.
And but nah, man, you know, life humbles you in all different ways. And so you got back to doing NC State. What'd you do when you graduated NC State? You want to get back on like your story, man? I need to know more about you.
I was telling, I worked in broadcasting.
Yeah, Micah, what'd you ask him when he walked in the door?
We were just talking cameras and stuff.
Yeah, he was like, oh, so you got some nice equipment. I said, ain't my equipment. I said, this is Micah's stuff. And I said, he's still making payments on it. And I know he doesn't. He's a smart kid. But Micah's a kid. How old are you, Micah?
I'm 26 now.
Yeah, anybody under 30 is a kid to me.
Yeah, he was a kid.
Yeah, he's a kid. Yeah. That's all right.
No,
he's about to get married, man. Micah's about to get married.
July.
Yeah. She's beautiful, bro.
Right.
She is beautiful. He's taking that one off the market. And I know why he gave that one a ring. It's okay. She's beautiful.
All right.
He can say he did. He got that one before anybody else. All right. I'm just messing with him. He's a good kid. But no, you guys were, Micah, what'd you say? You just said equipment? What?
Yeah, I was just asking. I mean, I think, like you said, everybody has their story on how they come up, and especially in that industry, it can be tough too, getting your foot in the door. So I was just asking him how he got started.
Internships.
Internships?
I was always, trying to be 2 steps ahead of my competition. And I looked at, although we were students, we were still going to be competing for those same jobs.
Yeah.
So every year I interned somewhere. Right.
Where was your first internship? In media?
UNC TV. Right?
UNC TV.
Right, which is the public broadcasting channel for North Carolina. Right. It's PBS.
Oh.
Actually, I think they're a big sponsor. If I'm
Tar
not
Heels.
mistaken. Yeah.
I got you. No worries.
But I worked there, and my biggest goal was to work for the network.
Okay.
NBC, ABC, or CBS.
Yeah. It's a good goal.
Right? That's the goal of everybody.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. So there was a new startup that came to Charlotte called NBC Nightside.
Okay.
And they were a branch of NBC, MSNBC, and CNBC. And what they were going to do is they were going to be the morning show for South America.
Okay.
Right. So I wanted to be on that show. So every month I would send the HR person, her name was Deborah, I believe at the time, I would send her a resume. Right. Send her a resume, wouldn't hear back. Next month, send her a resume. So around the 10th month, she responds.
Right.
Hey, can I speak to Kevin Gatlin? I said, speaking. She said, hey, this is Deborah with the show, and you've been sending me your resume every month. Yes, ma'am, I have. I'm going to be honest with you. You're not qualified, but you're persistent, and we'd like to give you an interview.
Oh, that's awesome.
I said, when do you need me to be there? She said, can you come down Friday? It was like Wednesday.
Yeah.
Jumped in my little Honda Civic, went to Charlotte, and got the interview. What I didn't realize, and I don't think it would have changed my mind because it was an opportunity, is that they had canceled Nightside because CNBC and MSNBC was going to go 24 hours and be able to provide that same service.
Okay, got
so
it.
they were on a skeleton crew.
Right.
Right. So all their seasoned, individuals, they had already placed them, and then they had a skeleton crew.
Right.
That was my opportunity, and I didn't care how it came.
Yeah.
I was going to take it anyway.
You didn't care if you were a skeleton or not.
What, I explained to Micah, that's how I got into TV. Now, let me tell you how I got out of TV. So a year had transpired, and I have a meeting with HR. They called me down. They said, Kev, we love you. You've been doing a great job. I actually have an opportunity. You said you wanted to go to New York. I pulled some strings. I got you a PA2 position working for NBC. And she said like that,
NBC.
And I'm just as excited.
Oh,
I'm like,
let's go.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
So
I got my Honda Civic pack. Let's go.
So I calmed down a little bit just to, let me ask some questions. I said, okay, PA2, right under union. You work PA2, you move your way up, PA1, right? I said, okay. I said, well, what's the salary? She said, well, it's $27,500.
She said it with confidence.
Right.
$27,500.
Now, I'm already 28 years old.
Yeah.
And all my friends that went to NC State with the engineering degrees.
They're 80, 100 grand already.
Right. And I'm making like 35.
You're making 35 on a skeleton crew.
Right.
In media.
Right. So I said, okay, can I think about it? And I already knew when I left that office.
That you weren't doing it.
I know nobody in New York.
Yeah.
But I know the cost that it takes to live in New York.
You'd be living with 7 people in a
That's
in a
right.
room.
Yeah. So I ended up letting her know that I wasn't going to be able to take it. But it's funny, how the universe works. I was a bouncer at Atlantic Beer and Ice.
Yeah.
Right downtown at the time. I was working the front door, and this guy comes in. And for whatever reason, right, being extroverted individuals, we just get to talking, and he's a manager at Wells Fargo.
Oh, there you go.
His name is Josh Wiederman. Shout out to Josh. So Josh said, hey, I'm the collections manager at Wells Fargo. You want a job? I was like, how much does it pay? He said $32,500. I said, I'll take it. So that's how I got out of TV.
Right.
Consequently, it's interesting because there were some individuals who were doing Charlotte Hotel TV, which is a narrowcast system, meaning when you check into a hotel in Charlotte, it's the channel that tells you about all the restaurants, nightlife, and attractions.
I'm travel a lot. I'm in a hotel all the time, and then the first channel is
exactly.
Yeah,
so they wanted to sell their station. Mm-hmm. They wanted to get into, at that time, mortgages and things were really hitting. So they wanted to, sell. So I bought it from them for $22,000. And to this day, I still own it and I still operate it. So I'm still in TV.
Wow.
But I'm on TV. I'm in TV on my terms.
So what station is it?
So it's a narrowcast station.
Okay,
it's only inside the hotels.
But how many hotels?
50 hotels.
You're in 50 hotels?
In Charlotte.
Who manages that?
Me.
You do? Mm-hmm. How hard is it? Is it a lot of work?
Right now the distribution is in place, so it's really not hard. Getting started, like anything, getting that distribution and everything in place is the hard part.
Is it like Marriott?
We're in, your Marriotts, your Westons, your
local?
Hampton Inns. Yeah,
local?
All local.
All local.
Right.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, it's just,
and they're all the like channel 4 or channel 3 or something when you get.
It's the default channel. So whatever
default
channel.
The TV comes on, it goes right there.
In some it may not. It may,
Right.
you may flip to
Is
it.
that music?
It's real video. It's real TV.
It's real TV.
Yeah, it's on an SD card. So, we have to physically
Go to the hotels.
go to the
put 'em
hotel,
in.
put it in, right? And then it plays.
Right.
But it's advertisers, it's restaurants and,
So
whatever's
if you're a
happening
local
in
restaurant,
Charlotte.
yeah, and you sell the advertising.
That's right.
You do it all? You do it all.
On top of
Nobody
Playtime.
helps you. When did you start Playtime?
2014.
So you started Playtime. What were you home and you have someone sick, or you just decided that you wanted to make some bed sheets? I mean, tell me what's up.
A friend of mine, his son was sick in the hospital.
A friend of yours?
Right.
Okay.
And went to go visit him. And while there, we were, just trying to keep his son's spirits up.
Right.
And on the way home, I was thinking how that could have been me and my wife and what we had done in that situation. And my wife, we had a small room at the time, so she would utilize my son's bed to play board games and do homework and so forth.
Right.
So I said, okay, in the hospital room, the hospital bed is the main piece of furniture. His son couldn't get out of the bed because he was tubed up. What can we do with that bed? What if we put games on the sheets, right? So I went home, did a poor man search on Google, games on sheets. Adult stuff came up. Twister,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But there was nothing
For kids.
specific for kids
Right.
like I wanted to do. So now I'm excited. I'm my mind, you know,
Yeah,
I'm running.
yeah.
So my mom's a retired assistant school teacher. And I went and I spoke with my mom. I said, Mom, I got this idea. I want to put, you know, games on sheets. And she said, well, you know, you should think about putting some educational components on there as well. Let me introduce you to some teachers. And now that was, you know, a blessing because I look at myself as a creative person. Remember, I'm not the smart person,
Yeah,
right?
you're marketing degree.
I'm creative.
You and I are very creative people.
Exactly.
Yes.
So
Other people have got to help us.
Exactly.
Right.
And I'm cool with that. I stay in my lane.
Me too. 100%.
Right. So I went, you know, I partnered with about 6 teachers. It took us about 2 years of R&D, and we created these really cool interactive bed sheets where kids could explore, play, learn, sleep, heal, but most importantly, just be kids on, right? And it's funny, you know, I spent about $50,000 on that first order, you know, bringing them from overseas. And I was sitting at home and I'm watching the news, and the Salvation Army was building a new wing, and they were going to add 64 beds to the Salvation Army. And, you know, the universe, God, the spirit, you know, what have you, said you should donate your sheets to that organization. Now, I just spent $50,000.
Wow.
But you know what? I said, let me call the director. So I called the director. I said, hey, I see you're building a wing. I have these real cool sheets. I think, you know, the kids will enjoy them. Can I send you a sample? Send her a sample. She called me back. She said, hey, we would love to have these sheets. So I donated, you know, my first sale was a donation.
How many sheets?
64.
How much is a set?
You know, at the time they were $29.99.
That's what you were paying for?
Oh, no. I think I paid like $7 a set.
Okay.
Right.
So you donated, in math, what did you donate? How much?
$500, $600, $700.
Okay, not a lot. I mean, a lot. Enough for marketing.
It's a lot.
That's your marketing
It's a lot
budget.
when you already spent $50,000.
Yeah, but you donated some.
Right. Well,
Marketing.
my point is that it was the best move I could ever make
Right.
because it set the foundation for what
You're in
Playtime
this-
Adventures is all
Right.
about. Right. It wasn't about, like we went back to the beginning of this podcast, it's not about the superficial. How are you making a difference in the community?
Right.
Right. So from there, it's led to the Playtime Therapy Sheets Foundation. And brother, you've been a part of that.
Yeah.
Remember I called on
Yeah,
you?
I donated money.
Right.
I
We
sheets.
donated sheets to the Levine Children's Hospital.
of course.
Right. So it's an opportunity to work with the community, individuals. But
I'd like to do more. Hit me up.
Yeah. You know, at the end of the day, there's always opportunities
Honestly,
to give.
to be honest, I'm so busy with business, but if you hit me up and say, you know, there's a wing that needs something and you want to donate, you know, 50, 100 sheets or something, call me, man. I'll take care of it.
Hey, you know, I appreciate it, you know, but not only do I appreciate it, but at the end of the day, kids that you won't ever meet, you will make an impact, you know,
At
in
the
their
end of the
lives.
day, I can sleep at night knowing I'm trying to make a difference.
That's right.
And, you know, this podcast, if someone can listen to this, I had a friend of mine in Germany ask me, he goes, Mike, why you, I don't know, I can't speak German, but anyway, they were like, what do you do with the podcast? But I listened to it and I got a couple of good things from it. And I'm like, there's a guy in freaking Germany listening to my podcast. There's another guy in London when I went to London, and he had listened to my podcast. They're in the window tinting industry, paint protection industry. They're people that follow me on social media, and they're just like, I'm getting a lot out of your podcast. Mm-hmm. It's because I am interviewing real people. I'm interviewing real stories. This is not made up. I'm talking to Kevin Gatlin, who graduated from NC State, worked in media, who is now Playtime Edventures Foundation for his sheets, giving bed sheets to people who are sick. Mm-hmm. And this guy has got a media company in 50 hotels. When you turn on the channel, selling advertisements to 50 hotels. You're a hustler, bro. You're a hustler. And there's nothing more respectable to me. I think early on, I'd hustled so much during Lightning Mike days. I think about 10 years after doing Lightning Mikes, I had a hard time respecting people. I just looked at people like they're just, I wouldn't say they're pieces of shit, but I looked at them like, you don't know what I've been through, bro. Mm-hmm. I've worked 7 days a week with no air conditioning in a shop, tinting windows from 8 in the morning till 8 at night, 7 days a week for 15 years, 7 days a week. I slaved as an installer, and my hands hurt. I've cut my hands. I've been to the doctor's office. I had 2 of my fingers sewn back together from knives where I have these two, the middle ones were sewn back together. And I think what happened is later in life, people go, Mike, you're just cocky. You are so cocky. You're so arrogant. I had a chip on my shoulder so bad that if you didn't grind or hustle for your money and you worked a corporate job, I did not respect corporate people at all. Zero.
I don't like to use the word hustle, but I've always, had a fear of failure.
Sure.
And I've always wanted to succeed. And I always wanted to be a role model, to my boys.
Right. But this is prior to me having kids.
Yeah. And I had to slow down.
Yeah.
Mike, I had an anxiety attack a year ago, right? Because I was just adding, like you said, I used to be able to work out at 10. Now I'm working out at 8:30.
Right.
I was just adding and adding, stuff to my wagon. And I'm carrying the burdens of if I have people who work for me and I'm paying them and they're relying on me. I have my kids and they didn't sign up, right? Your kids and wife didn't sign up for the roller coaster ride that you're putting them on.
Oh yeah.
And I had to realize that I had to make time for them and be in the moment,
right?
For their needs and so forth. So I had to actually really focus, because what was happening is in my quest to get rich or die trying, I was going to die trying to get rich. And I wasn't going to be able to see the end result. I was going to leave the legacy, but I wasn't going to be there to share it with the boys.
Yeah.
Right? Because I was going to just put myself in an early grave.
Right.
And that's the advice that and it's funny because I was working out, but I was working out because of the stress to get that stress off me. But then when I was coming home, I had these habits that I created. I was drinking coffee to stay up, and I was taking sleeping pills to go to bed. So I was just, I was drinking pop and soda, but I was going to the gym.
You were still grinding, hitting that gym, bro.
I was still in the grind,
right?
But I had created all these different, I kind of put the sacrifice with the grind,
right?
If I don't stay up until 2:00 in the morning, I ain't grinding hard enough,
right? Because
somebody's still up. If I don't wake up at 6:00 in the morning, I don't want it that bad because somebody's up at 5, right? So I never really take credit for you can say accolades or success, because I'm just kind of following the script that everybody else set for me. I'm not doing anything special. I'm just doing it for myself.
Right.
So.
I look at when you get older, you learn from a lot of mistakes. I was put down by a lot of my corporate friends when I started tinting windows. So all the guys I went to college with, went to high school with, that were like your smart, I call them the smart guys. We would go out before I was married, and they would turn around and they would make fun of me. And they would turn around and say, "Oh, that's Mike, he tints windows." And I honestly just had such disrespect for years, man. And then I go to a car dealership and talk to a manager at a car dealership to say, a general manager or a sales manager come over and they want me to pick up a car to tint their windows. "Oh, you the tint guy?"
Yeah.
And I would kiss all their ass. And I worked for the dealerships, man. I did so many car dealerships and so many sales managers that I went into business for myself and didn't feel like I worked for myself. I felt like I worked for them. I was at their beck and call.
Yeah.
They would call me 24 hours. I mean, 6, 7, 8 in the morning until 9 o'clock. And I remember Christmas Eve tinting windows at a Lexus dealership. Manager called me. "Hey, man, I got this delivery, bro. Mike, I need you to do me a favor." Christmas Eve, 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
I'm over there in the showroom tinting a car at Hendrick Lexus.
That's right.
Because I was afraid that I was going to let him down and he was going to call someone else. I was so afraid that they were going to call someone else to tint their windows. I was going to lose the account.
Does that feeling, because I'll be honest, that feeling hasn't went away. I still feel that way.
I don't anymore.
Yeah.
The power of, there's 2 things I've learned that are the most empowering thing that have given me peace. The peace that I have now is that I can go to one store and work there and tint 2 to 3 cars a day by myself and pay all my bills. All of them. I can pay them eating out, my house, my power. I'm pretty financially good right now, so all my bills are paid.
Yeah.
All my shit's paid, so I'm pretty good. But I've gotten to a level of peace to where if I have to pull, I call it the parachute. I got a parachute on my back right now. I can pull it anytime I want. I can dissolve the whole caboodle.
Right.
And me and my 18-year-old son can go run the Matthews store by ourselves And him and I can grind out enough money to pay the bills and live a lifestyle and close for 2 weeks and take a vacation.
Yeah.
And I can go and live a peaceful clock in, clock out. And you know what the thing is? I lost a lot of guys during COVID that needed to go home and not come to work. And me and Jason worked there. My front counter girl didn't come in, and we worked at the front. I worked answering the phones, and I tinted windows. And my buddy Jason, that was been there with me, tinted windows with me. And we hit record numbers. It was just me and him, man. It was just me and him. It was during COVID because I was so afraid. I was like, oh shit, I'm all worried.
Right.
And honestly, it was peaceful, man. I got up, I went to the gym, I went to work, tinted windows, went home, cooked dinner, had a drink, went to bed, got up. It was like I had a new routine.
Yeah.
And I'm a creature of routine. And then I had a motorcycle wreck and I had back surgery. And I realized I never asked for help in my entire life.
Yeah, that's me.
Ever. What's that?
That's me. Yeah.
When you have an injury so bad that you're crawling on your hands and knees to go pee, and you need to tell someone, can you please just go get me something to drink? You just said you're seeing your buddy's friend in the hospital and you created these bed sheets when you left, how it can make a difference. Mm-hmm. You got to make a difference with yourself. And you want to be a better you. Well, to be a better you got to ask for help. You have to. And if you don't ask for help, every day I make it a point. I do it even though I don't need to do it. I'll call one of my shops and ask them, hey man, can you do something for me? Hey man, can you do something for me? I know you're better at this than I am.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I'm good at what I'm good at. Mm-hmm. But I know people that are good at stuff they're better at it than me. And if you can recognize in your circle of influence, in your bubble and who you're with, if you know your wife is better at picking out whatever, have her do that. Mm-hmm. You shouldn't make those decisions. You know that she's got a track record, or your business partner or your business managers or somebody that's in your life is better at that than you are. Mm-hmm. That should not be your department. You should just say, that's not my decision, that's yours. And just take it off your memory, take it off your workload, take it off your pressure, take it off your back. Mm-hmm. So when I wake up in the morning, I only have to make decisions on what Mike Burke can make decisions. Like if I look at my big company and I go, okay, who can make decisions if I died? Who's going to rise up and be able to make a decision if I died? 1 or 2 people? Who's going to make those decisions? But what decisions can I make, and only me? Right. So if all my staff is calling me and going, I need you to make a decision in this, I'm only going to be the one that wakes up in the morning and go, these are the 2 things that I'm going to make decisions on, because I am the only one that can make those decisions. Mm-hmm. And if you can, I don't know if it's compartmentalized, but break apart your life and your daily responsibilities and say, I'm only going to make decisions on this and this, and that's it. Mm-hmm. Don't put all the other pressures of those decisions on you. Delegate those to others. Mm-hmm. And that really opened me up as a person, and it actually, my business almost quadrupled.
Yeah, I can't wait to get to that point.
It quadrupled, but listen to me, it quadrupled. Mm-hmm. When I hired people and told them, when I hired them, I am giving you these responsibilities. Don't call me if it's this or this. But if it's that or that, call me on those.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I'm hiring you because you're smart and you're intelligent, and I need you to make those decisions.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I said to a friend of mine, I think I said this on the podcast one time, if money can fix it, don't call me. Mm. If money can fix the problem, because if you are going to call me and make that problem now my problem, you've done screwed up my day. You done pissed me off. And then now it's going to cost me money to fix it.
That's right.
And my time.
That's right.
Now it's cost me my time, my money, and I'm aggravated. Mm-hmm. If you just would have fixed it and then 2 weeks later told me you fixed it, hey, by the way, there's an $800 charge on a door panel when you fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh, is the customer happy? Is it fixed? Yeah. We'll work a couple extra hours next week to try to pay for it. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah.
Thank you. Like if whoever fixed the problem was just like, hey, we're sorry, thank you.
Yeah.
Because I didn't call and screw their day up, because I'm sure they're already pissed off that they fucked something up. I'm already, sure that they're going to go home upset. I mean, if anybody messes something up, You're going to go home that night going, damn, man, I screwed up that part, blah, blah, blah. And then what's going to happen is it's going to make the production of them the next day less. Because now they're going to be knowing that I screamed at them, I yelled at them. They're upset with themselves. Now the customer's mad at themselves. And they're going to go in and be timid at work tomorrow.
That's right. Scared to make decisions.
Scared to make a decision.
Yeah.
So if you walk in the market, bro, I've screwed up panels. I've burnt shit. Oh, man. Hey, let's have a beer. Let's talk about all the shit I fucked up.
Yeah.
And make it to where it was no big deal. Doesn't matter. Tomorrow's a new day.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people just put too much burden on themselves when it comes to problems.
With my company, though, we have to take it really serious because we're dealing with hospitals.
Sure, but what's the biggest problem? Tell me a problem. Tell me one problem that you have to deal with hospitals. That you don't have supply? That they didn't get the bed sheets on time?
Yeah, supply has been an issue this year.
Sure, but is that a problem?
It's a problem that I can't control.
You can't.
Right. So, we have new product coming. We have our old inventory that will arrive in September. But when you're dealing with such a precious commodity,
right?
I don't look at it as the hospital. I look at it as somebody's child, right? So I have to always be, at attention when it comes to customer service,
right.
Because we're in 25 hospitals now.
How many people help you with this?
I have a great team, manufacturing team. I have, like you have 65 stores, I have distribution channels.
Okay.
These sales reps here and here and here and here, because we're not a brick and mortar store. We handle everything from an online and a manufacturing or warehouse.
Do you sell them to the public?
We do.
Okay.
Right. So we do, but that's not my focus. My focus has always been hospitals. My focus is, I always tell people, our sheets are just what the doctor ordered for kids at home too.
I love it.
Right. So they're the perfect alternative to excessive TV watching and electronic devices. And if you want to create some spontaneous play with your child, your kids, get our sheets. Put them on the bed, walk past the room, go in, play some checkers, some tic-tac-toe, whatever you want to play. They got 65 interactive, components on there for kids to get lost in, right? So they're great for home use. Our slumber bags are great for home use. We now have a disposable Playtime activity sheet.
You're in 25 hospitals.
25 is standard issue. Now, we're in hospitals not only in the U.S., but internationally when individuals want to purchase single sheets because they have a child that they want to give them to, in a hospital.
Are the hospitals buying these sheets?
Yes.
Okay, so the hospitals will come in and say, Kevin, I saw your sheets. We love them. And we want to do them on all the children's wings. How many do they order at one time?
If a hospital has 400 beds, they'll order twice as many sheets.
800 sheets.
Right.
800. You have a hospital that's ordered 800 sheets?
We have a hospital that's ordered 2,000 sheets.
Really? And what wholesale break? What's the price point on that?
So we work with a GPO, okay, right? A group buying organization. Vizient right now is our primary provider, and the sheets sell for $21.99 if they're purchased for hospital use.
Right.
Retail is $29.99.
Okay, so you save $8.
Well, yeah, the discount is in the buy of
hospitals bulk.
Right. And then our disposable sheets that arrive, they're $3.78 per unit.
Okay.
Come in a pack of 3.
Okay.
And I'm really excited about those disposables. So imagine you don't have to purchase our regular bed sheets. You can have these disposable sheets for emergency situations. You have to bring your child there unexpectedly.
What's the difference in the sheets?
One is disposable.
Okay.
One is reusable. Right. So
the cotton, 50-50 blend.
Microfibers.
They're all microfiber?
The 3-piece set reusables are microfibers, and then the non-woven is a non-woven.
Let me ask you this.
Disposable.
I know this is kind of a unique question, but if I'm a kid and I'm a parent and I see my kids are enjoying these bed sheets in the hospital, can they take the sheets with them when they leave?
That's up to the hospital. And we have hospitals that gift them.
Okay. That's what I was going to say. I would be like, hey, Johnny over here is leaving. He loves these damn sheets. He's taking them home.
Yeah, hospitals do that all the time.
That's awesome.
And that's good for the company.
That's good for you too. Hey, we need to order another 35 sheets.
We call that the attrition rate. So
I love it.
They have to re-up.
Are you changing the sheets up? How often? Like every 6 months, a year? Are you doing like a new refresh of the sheets, a new design?
So what we do is based on the feedback we get from the hospital.
Okay.
Right. So a good example is we have anatomy on our sheets, and one of the pediatric nurses said, this is a procedure that we do a lot of. but you don't have this on the anatomy. Okay, so the next sheet that we're going to add
you
that.
get input. You're constantly making a better.
Right.
How many, from the first version to now, how many versions have you done?
We're on our 4th generation.
Do you have them all do you have like 1st gen, 2nd gen, 3rd gen, 4th? Do you have like a room where you're like on display?
Yeah.
I love that. I'd love to see that.
Yeah, we had the 1st generation, which was cotton.
Right.
And the cotton, they were great sheets, but they faded.
Okay.
Because in the hospitals, they use high temperature and a lot of chemicals.
Hot water, yeah.
Right. So we switched over to microfiber. So each generation,
You got better.
they
Things
got better.
Yeah.
Right. We added more games.
What was your first year? What was the sheets cost then?
$34.99.
So you've gotten lower.
But we listen to the hospital. At the end of the day, it has to be the cost has to make sense to the hospital because you look at it per patient.
What do regular sheets cost? Like if they were going to go buy regular sheets, were they 14?
In the hospital or just in general?
No. Like if I'm Joe Blow, the regular sheets salesman, and then you come in with your Playtime sheets, what's the difference in cost if I'm going to buy like a white set of sheets versus yours?
There's no comparison. What we have is value.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying what would be the price point difference. I'm just curious. If I'm a hospital director and I'm going, well, these sheets are $12.99 and these are $21.99. I'm just trying to figure out what the difference is. Are they that much cheaper? Are they $5 cheaper? Are they $10 cheaper? I'm just curious.
Yeah, a lot of the hospitals, what they do is they lease their linen because they have a third party who washes it.
Okay, got
washes it.
Got it.
But I always
That was the answer I was looking for.
explain what you're purchasing with our seats is they have more functionality. They're not just sheets to sleep on. They have this component, which is the games, and you can draw on these sheets and everything.
Right. If somebody wanted to donate sheets, where would they go?
They would contact me. They could go to our website.
Micah,
What's that?
I need you to put this on the podcast and do so if they want to get your sheets, where do you get them? What's the name of your website?
Visit www.playtimeedventures, spelled with an E, plural.com.
Adventures
With an S.
With an S.
With an E and an S.
What's your social media platform? Somebody want to follow your sheets?
Oh, Mike, I'm not all into that.
I know, but the media guy over here is going to post you, and he's going to give you some love. And
yeah,
I'm just saying.
I guess you could just look up Playtime Edventures or Kevin Gatlin.
Is there a gallery page or anything like that?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's all on our website
Cool.
and everything.
But if somebody wanted to donate, if I got a big corporation that said, "Hey, I want to donate sheets," what would they have to do?
Contact me personally,
Okay.
right? So they could, call, email me and
Say I know a couple of sick kids and I wanted to go buy some sheets. Just buy them from the website and you'll drop ship them.
Website or Amazon.
Oh, you have them on Amazon?
Oh yeah.
You hear that, Micah?
Amazon's a big partner of ours.
What we need to do is just take on Micah and put a link to Amazon store on the podcast for iTunes and Spotify and YouTube channel, and we'll just put a link on where to get them so we can give the guy, my boy, some love. Retail's $29.99 for the sheets.
$29.99 for
What's the
sheets.
feedback from the parents? They love them?
Yeah, the feedback is always good, even when the outcome wasn't good.
Right.
We get a lot of images, as you know. Parents will send us images of their kids utilizing the bed sheets in the hospital. Then we get a lot of letters from the time they spent with the sheets,
Right.
and how it brought joy to them.
Got to finish this whiskey.
Michael, can you get me a towel? I'm the only one sweating over here.
He doesn't need a towel.
He dry as a fan.
He's just teasing.
When I first took a couple sips, I don't know if you could tell, I was like, if I feel a bead of sweat come down my head because I'm really hot right now.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at your head while you talking, like, this dude ain't sweating at all.
I got whiskey in my veins.
No, there's been some people in here sweating.
Yeah, there has been. I had a buddy of mine in here. He was hot. But no, it's just I drink whiskey a lot. So it's one of those things I'm acquired the taste for, and I love it. I can tell. I've refined the understanding of how good whiskeys are made. So when you go and see the barrels and you go see what craftsmanship and art it takes to make a good whiskey, because I've tasted horrible whiskeys and then I've tasted stuff that's good and you're like, whoa, that's got flavor, it's got caramel, it's got wood, I smell the oak, you can taste all the different things that it took to make that. And like a barrel select or a selective finish, where they take a barrel and they finish it off in another barrel, or they took some different oaks and different woods and they made it with their own flavor. It's amazing.
It's funny because I was East Coast Fighter is right down the street,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna go to Mike's, I'm gonna do the podcast, and then I'm gonna go over to East Coast. I'm gonna jump in a Muay Thai class.
Yeah.
After this, I'm gonna go home.
Yeah, you're gonna fall asleep on the couch. Honey, what's wrong? I did a podcast with Mike and a couple of shots of whiskey, and I'm tired. What are you driving now?
I got the Honda.
Still got the Honda.
Yeah.
I love it, man.
Yeah,
How old are your boys
car,
again?
too. 9 and just had one graduate, 18.
Mine just turned 18 Saturday.
Yeah.
And as soon as we get out of this podcast, I got to drive to his high school. He graduates from Porter Ridge today.
Today?
Today.
Graduation is today?
Today.
Not on the weekend?
8 o'clock.
Nice.
They're doing it at the stadium.
So is this the last child?
This is my oldest child that's
Okay.
graduating. My youngest is 15. He's 6'2", 240
So you're going to be an empty nester in 2 years.
in 2.5 years.
What's that going to be like?
I'm already living in Texas a lot right now. So I got a big business in Texas I love, and I'm doing a lot
Texas
of
is a
traveling.
big state.
It's just for window tinting, it's big, man.
Yeah.
Like it's a hot state.
It's always hot.
And I found that I can find labor down there a little bit easier because
Yeah.
the workforce is just, they're good. Like, I'm not saying Charlotte's not a bad place to find workforce. I'm just saying that the bigger city, like Charlotte's not a real, when I explain this to people, Charlotte's about 1.5 million, 2 million people surrounding. Look, Lake Norman, Gastonia. If you include the whole bubble, it's about 2 million. There's 7 million in Texas, like Dallas.
Yeah.
So I mean, you just look at and it's 97 degrees, 28 days out of 30, and it's 82 here.
Yeah.
It's a different heat.
And I know there's not a window tinter down there making it sexy.
I'm making it sexy.
I know.
Yeah.
So I know it's going to be easy for you to.
Yeah, we're doing good. We're killing it.
Yeah.
And the guys, you go into a gas station where they got a chair outside and some dude that's wearing a cowboy hat or a hat smoking his vape. Yeah, I can probably get to you next week and tent you in. We're professional. We got good people. We got a nice lobby. I always say if you go into a nice hotel and look at the lobby and then go to a cheap hotel and look at the lobby, you know why you're paying more.
That's right.
You just know. As soon as you walk in the door.
That's one of the things I admire. You've never done anything, what's it?
Half-assed.
Half-assed.
I don't know. That's what my mom...
even your podcast. I remember when you was kind of promoting that you were going to do one, and I saw this, and I thought, man, is he doing it in his house? Because that looks like
his bar at the
where
house.
he would live in his house.
Yeah.
This is nice.
This is my corporate office, man. This is our conference table.
Yeah.
And then this is we had a desk over here where one of my sales reps would go out and do residential commercial. And now they're working the field off tablets and stuff. And they're never in the office. I'm like, man, has Harp ever sat here or has Thad ever sat here? And maybe once a month.
Yeah.
So we had like a little desk right here and nobody ever sat at it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to turn this into my little oasis.
No, when you do something, and that's motivating for me. It kind of sets a bar.
Yeah.
So we watching, Mike.
Well, the thing is, man, don't do it unless you can do it right.
That's right.
Just wait, take your time, and do it right, or don't do it. Mm-hmm. And that's one thing that I always live by is I always want to do it right.
That's right.
And if I failed, then I know I did it right. But the thing is, this is not ever going to be a failure. This is my self-growth. Mm-hmm. And this is also trying to hang out with my buddy Kevin, I haven't seen in a minute, talking to you with no phones, no distraction, about anything we want to talk about. And you were asking me earlier, man, we're sitting at my bar. We're having a drink. Mm-hmm. We're chilling. There's no right or wrong. There's no right or wrong answer. I have a problem trying to offend people. I think the world that we live in today doesn't press the envelope on offensiveness.
That's right.
And I'm sitting here going, okay, well, if someone offends me, why did they offend me and how did they offend me and why? Like why and how? But if I can't debate it with them or look and say, hey, man, I didn't really like the way you said that to me. Mm-hmm. Oh, my bad, bro, my bad. If people would just confront people instead of going home and venting about it. Like if somebody says something to me where it's like, and it was really offensive or I didn't like it, I was like, Kev, bro, we've been friends for fucking 20 years. I mean, come on, bro. Like, dude, what you just said kind of pissed me off, man.
Exactly, yeah.
I'm going to confront you.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say, bro, I didn't like what you said. Well, then I'm going to get your explanation that you may not have intent to, hurt my feelings or piss me off. You're like, bro, I didn't mean it that way. Mm-hmm. I meant it this way. Oh, shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But if you don't get a chance to debate or explain yourself to someone, I feel like people just give up on people too quickly. They're like, oh, that dude's an asshole. He blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, man, you might have caught me on a bad day where I just got off the phone with a customer or two of my employees. I may have had a wreck this morning. There may have been 5 things in my day that contributed to my 2-minute conversation I had with you when you got me when I was at my most intense or my, worse. I was in a bad mental state, and you didn't look at me and go, dude, what's wrong with you? That's not you. That's
right.
Do you ever come across people that have done that to you, or you've done that to them, and you have to go and retrack and go, whoa, listen, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty direct, Mike. You
know me, and I'm blunt.
I'm direct, but I'm transparent, and I don't debate. I may not co-sign. I may disagree.
Where did that come from? Co-sign. I like that. Who gave you that word? You learned that on your own, or?
Yeah, I think it's just something that I kind of adapted for my way of thinking and looking at things.
I'm not co-signing that.
Right. So, and the thing is I don't debate, because I look at it, all of us as individuals, and if that makes you happy, that's great.
Yeah.
I don't have to play in your sandbox, and I know that, and I know I don't get along with everybody,
right? Because
I'm a certain type of person. I'm very direct, and I know that. But because I know that, I don't have issues with other people, because I know not to push your button.
Yeah.
Right. And if you push my button, I'll walk away.
Yeah, I'm done.
Right. And I'll tell you,
I'm good.
I disagree.
Right.
But I don't have to explain to you why I disagree. Right. Because then it gets into a pissing contest. And a lot of times we're not coming with our own knowledge. We're feeding off of what we saw on YouTube,
right,
what we heard on one of those news channels.
Right.
Right. And we're saying, well, my team said this. I don't have any teams. so you can never affect me.
Right.
And I don't care how you think.
Right.
It doesn't pay a bill. It doesn't.
Right. It's not putting money in my pocket.
It does nothing for me.
Right.
So I actually encourage you to be you. And I'm going to be me.
I love it.
Yeah, that's just, and I live a good life, man. I don't have no stress.
How do we teach others to be like that?
You can't, Mike. It's just, everybody wants to be on somebody's team.
Yeah.
So you just worry about, your village, which is, your kids, and making sure that your boys are able to distinguish between what's real and what's man-made.
Yeah, I like the man-made. The man-made stuff. I love that.
Yeah, because if they don't, they'll be looking at everything on TV and all that stuff. They'll regurgitate it. They'll bring it in and regurgitate it back out, not realizing that it's not their own thinking. It's not their processes.
Right.
Right. I want my kids to be able to distinguish between, what is and what is not. Right. And the only way that can happen is for me to be a role model of that. How do I live my life now?
Right.
Is not based on my first name, but based on my last name. My kids have to always see me.
And I have to live for them. When you were in your 20s and then 30s to now, how have you evolved?
Everything I just said. I don't get into debates no more.
Yeah.
I just stay in my lane. The best way to grow your business is to mind your business. And that's what I do.
Mind your business.
I mind my business.
I love that.
That's what I do. I mind my business.
Right. Micah, I got to mind my business. You hear that?
I hear that.
I just got to mind my business. That's powerful right there. Hey, I'm minding my business. I drink whiskey and I'm minding my own business.
Yeah, I mind my own business.
I love it.
I dress the way I want to dress.
That's me.
My wife, she said, hey, I want to take you shopping. I want to dress you. I said, okay, can we start at Lowe's? See some things at Lowe's that I need.
I love it.
That's where I want to go shopping.
Shop at Lowe's?
Yeah.
What do you want at Lowe's?
I need a new trimmer. I'm gonna wear it too.
You don't need clothes, but you can wear some trimmer. You need a weed eater. I love it.
And I think,
there's things that are important to you that, listen, buying clothes and trying to look a certain way is just not that important to you.
But it benefits my kids, because my kids, I have great kids. They've never come to me with superficial wants.
Right.
Dad, I want the latest shoes that cost X amount of dollars, or I need to have this shirt, or I need to have this.
Right.
Because Daddy instilled in them from a young age. Like when my kids would say, what's for dinner? To my wife, they say, Mom, what's for dinner? I scream out, free.
Free.
Yeah, whatever's for dinner is free.
Free.
Yeah, you need to understand that whatever we put on the table is free to you.
You can eat it or not eat it.
See, to my boys, I'm your first scholarship. Not that scholarship you're trying to get to a college. I'm your first scholarship, right? So you need to appreciate and understand that. And to this day, that's how my boys are. They're very humble.
Love it.
They don't ask. They think about giving, and I always taught, my boys, take care of your mama. Don't worry about daddy. But see, my daddy taught me this. Don't worry about me. Daddy will be okay.
Right.
You always make sure your mama's okay.
Yes.
Right. So I have boys who are very thoughtful, conscientious.
Right.
They see in others if there's disparity, they want to help. But it all starts with us and how we live our lives.
That is.
Right. So it's working for me, and I only worry about me. So it's working for my family.
I think you and I drank some of the same Kool-Aid. Because my boys are pretty strong.
Michael, there's some strong.
That's some strong Kool-Aid.
Michael, even though you're 26, you still too young for this.
Put some hair on your chest.
Yeah, it's smooth.
You can see who's done and who's not.
Yeah. Oh, I'm good.
You can see who's sipping.
Yeah. I got more hair on my chest. You must still be shaving.
Yeah, I'm still shaving, especially after this.
So you work out. Who do you work out with now? You said you got a group of guys you're working out with? You got a good little team of guys?
Yeah, we work out over there off Albemarle Road.
Okay.
And we got Big Pat, Harry. Those guys are in the gym.
Harry's with you now?
Well, yeah, we all in there together.
Okay.
And then my guys, I call them D, Brandon, Vimos. Got a 72-year-old named Willie. Willie has got heart.
Heart, baby.
He got heart.
Love it.
He said, I'll just try to keep up. Willie, you need to go down and wait. I got it.
I got it.
Yeah.
That's strong, man. When you see a 72-year-old man trying to hang with y'all, damn.
Yeah. And the cool thing about it at this age, and what I like about it, is that it's men that come together, like we talked about.
Right.
And although we may joke and jive with each other, when that person is doing their set, we're supporting them. Come on, man, you can do it. One more rep. Come on. And, and they come, B's a cop. D works in IT. Willie's retired. Vimos has his own company. So these individuals like us, they have a lot of stress, right? And then when they come to the gym, because at home, everybody's pulling at them. But when we come to the gym, for those 2 hours in the morning, we all support each other. We all push each other.
Yeah.
And we have a great time.
I love it, man. I've got some of my long-term friends I've met from the gym. It's like-minded. I feel like when you can pay yourself first at the gym and you commit, anybody that goes to the gym every single day or a couple days a week are committed in life. They're gonna win. They're gonna win in life. They just are, because they're committed. I see so many people, oh man, I just wish I could get to the gym. I wish I could go work out, man. I wish I could look like you, man. Oh, I just wish. What you wishing for, bro? Like at 5 o'clock in the morning, man, I got their phone number. I'll be calling them at 5:30. Get your ass up. Let's go. Don't be wishing no more. You know what you wish for? I'm the tooth fairy, bro. I'm the tooth fairy. I'm what you just wished for. I'm your wish. I just called you. Get your ass out of bed and let's go.
Yeah.
And so many people just have excuses. And when people give me excuses multiple times, you remember when you said earlier, you just drop them. Friends, you just, I'm sorry, bro. You got first string, second thing. That dude just went from first to second string.
Yeah.
You told me you wanted to come to the gym. I told you I would commit to call you every day this week to go to the gym. Did you come? No. You went from first string to second string, and I'm telling you right now, you're about to be at third string.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, man, the guys that I do call, and then a week later, they send me a picture, because they don't live here sometimes. They live out of state, or we're talking, we're friends from out of state, and they're like, bro, man, you're encouraging to me, man. I see you every day, man. You at the gym, you grind on Saturday, you post a picture sweating in the gym, you grinding. And I'm like, bro, I want to make a difference to me, man.
Yeah.
And
you want to encourage other people.
I do.
Now, the gym is the hardest thing to stay in. It's the easiest thing to get out.
Yeah.
Right? Meaning, it don't take much. You take a day off. You don't take 3 days off.
Oh, yeah.
Before you know
it's a habit. Now it's a new habit.
Exactly.
Oh, dude, that bed's feeling. Ooh, it feels so good.
It's hard to stay in, but once you get into that routine,
you crave it.
Yeah, you crave it. But everybody's not cut out for it. You and I have both had individuals, that know we do. jiu-jitsu
Right.
and Muay Thai. Yeah, man, I want to come. Okay, I'll tell you what, we have classes on Tuesday and Thursday.
You can show up.
Beginning classes. Why don't you come on Tuesday and Thursday? Come as my guest. Yeah, I'm going to come. Tuesday comes, they don't show up.
No.
Thursday comes, they don't show up. And then the next time, Tuesday comes, they don't show up. And then you have to have that come to Jesus talk with them, right? You have to say, listen, if I told you need to get a security alarm for your house, see, my house already has a security alarm. I'm protected. You don't. So at the end of the day, I should not have to beg you to put a security alarm on your house.
You either want one or you don't.
You either want to come or you don't.
Right.
But don't put me in a position as if you trying to avoid me for trying to help you be better.
Right.
I'm good.
Yeah. Mind your business.
Yeah. And I'm talking about an individual. This is a true story.
I know.
That I don't hang out with.
Bye-bye.
At the end of the day, our common denominators, we're just going to automatically
I wanted
start
to
to
check
go
out
in
East
different
Coast
directions.
Fighter, and I said, man, let me meet you over there one day. I showed up.
Yeah, I invited you over there.
I said, man, let's go work out.
Yep.
I went over there. I was like, cool, this place is cool.
Yeah.
It's so far for me to drive. From Matthews over there on South Boulevard, it's just a long way back, early on when I was working out all the time. And then I was going to Tuesday and Thursday nights at Snakes for open mat and then working out with those guys.
Yeah. 4M is over by our house.
I've been there.
And Matt's a good trainer.
Yeah.
I go over there with those
4M?
guys.
Yeah. There was a guy that used to work out at Snakes. Used to deliver pizzas, the little short, dark-haired dude. What's his name? One of the jiu-jitsu guys, trainers, MMA. He worked out with Snakes Gym for a long time, and he's one of the guys over there now.
Yeah.
It's not that far from the house.
Yeah.
My problem is that I would love to get back into it, but I love boxing. So Snake's got a new boxing coach, and on Sundays I like to go about an hour one-on-one. I don't like the team atmosphere anymore. I like to pay for personals, so I can do me.
Yeah.
Because I get distracted and I'm sitting there trying to keep up with the guys because my competitive juices start flying and I'm like, oh shit, all right, well, let me. And then my body's telling me something different.
Right.
And then my mind's over there like, no, you got it.
Yeah, we're a little older now.
We're
so we
older
have to
now.
pick and choose.
I'm about to turn 50. You're 50 already. I'm about to turn 50. I'm sitting there going, all right, stay in my lane.
Everybody wants to go with the big guy one time.
They all want to go with the big dudes.
They all want to go with the big guy one time.
I would rather roll with you than like a 185-pound limber, lean dude that can get on me in 2 seconds. I'm not saying we're slow, but bigger guys are almost a little bit easier to roll with for me because you're a big dude. I'm 240.
If you've been rolling for a while, you'll be more in control, and you're not looking to win.
Right.
You're looking to develop. Right.
The younger guys just want to. They want to tap you out.
Spastic.
Yes. They're quicker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But I got 2 techniques to slow them down really quick.
That Kimura?
No, it's called an elbow to the sternum. All I do is just rest a little bit, and I just lean down with my elbow right on the sternum.
Yeah.
They turn over in 2 seconds.
So I get in that side control, and I'll just put that Kimura on them.
Yeah.
Because when I go side control, you're not going to be able to.
I mean, when you got the strength that you do, I mean, there is some things that those muscles do work for. Let's be honest, they do.
It helps out a little bit.
They do help out.
But when you get up into those higher belts,
but you can gas out quick.
With them higher belts, I definitely do.
Yeah, browns and blacks, they get you. I've tapped a couple black belts, but I don't know. I mean, here's the thing: any given day, another man can beat another man. I always say that.
Yeah,
any given day. And the thing is, man, I've been doing it my whole life. Since I was 12. I'm not saying jiu-jitsu, but I've been doing like some type of martial arts my whole life. And I never really tested. When I was like young, maybe 13 and 14, I tested for belts and stuff, but I gave up on that. Even Snake and I were talking about it the other day. I was like, bro, I don't ever want a belt because I'm always learning. I just felt like when people get to a black belt, because I heard a kid years ago, it was like 20 years ago in the gym, and he was a white belt. He'd probably been there 8 months. And he probably had 2 or 3 stripes or something. And he was trying to, roll. And it was open mat. And they go, oh, I got to roll with Jordan or Jason or whatever the hell it is. And he's a black belt. And he goes, oh, I'm going to get my ass kicked.
Yeah.
He was already defeated.
Right.
Before he ever started the match, he'd already lost. He'd already tapped out in his head. He already gave up.
Yeah.
Because he saw the belt and saw the guy was a black belt.
Yeah.
If everybody just took all their belts off and became in the store and were a white gi with a white belt, and everybody put white belts on, nobody knew what anybody's belts were, they would learn.
Yeah.
I just feel like sometimes the belts are distraction. And they're distraction, and I understand they're an achievement. I do. But I always went on Tuesday and Thursday nights when you didn't have to wear gis.
No gi.
I don't like the gis. They're heavy, they're hot, they make me sweat like crazy. Then you know, the real good belts, they would be choking you out with the freaking gis and tying you up with the neck chokes and stuff. And I was like, Mother, I just want to roll, man. I just want to roll.
I've always done no gi, and
See,
I always like
the traditional stuff is gi.
Yeah, and that's cool. And
but it's tough.
Yeah, and for me, I started in MMA, so it was hard for me to transition to the gi. I tried to wear a gi for about, I think I lasted a month.
They're tough.
You know, I had a 6. I forgot what they call it. It was hot. I was sweaty.
Thick.
I just felt like
I was contracted. I didn't feel free.
Yeah, but so for me, I've always enjoyed no gi.
Yeah, me too.
And I've never.
But the thing is, when you do no gi, you're not wearing a belt.
Yeah, but see, again, it goes back to.
Did you ever test for belts?
No, but it goes back to I enjoyed training with the guys.
Right.
But I never got into the politics. Oh, I do jujitsu,
right,
or I do Muay Thai. See, everything becomes a team, a clique,
right.
And I never want to be a part of.
You and I see eye to eye that way.
So I always.
You and I see eye to eye.
Yeah, so
I 100% agree.
So I go even in the gym. I lift weights, but that's it. I'm not a weightlifter. I don't want to be. It's not all of us big guys over here,
right.
Because once you put that title on me, then I'm going to go the other way.
No label.
Right? Because I don't want to be associated like that with anything. So for me, I respect everyone. Gi, no gi. I just like to roll. Right. I don't mind tapping. Matter of fact, I'll tap quick because I don't want no injuries.
Yeah, I don't either.
I play a top game.
Yeah.
I don't want to play no lower extremities because I need to be able to walk and run and all that stuff.
I like to get on my back. I'll just roll with people on my back.
Yeah, and that's how Aaron started me out, and Lewis was one of my.
I'll just pull guard.
Yeah, he started me out on my back because he said, Kev, you're not going to learn if you're on top. You're going to always use your strength. I always want you to start on the bottom, right? So I love it. I miss it. I took a little bit of time off because of COVID and just switching partners like that. So I did the privates as well.
Yep.
I'm getting ready to start back up seriously. Because now, I have my shots, so I'm going to take a chance per se. But even then, whoever I train with, I'm just going to roll with that person.
That's right.
I still don't want to
I don't like the
round
younger,
robin.
See, that's what I used to do. I used to go to the gym, and there would be like a cop that's been there for 6 months, and he's trying to seize me, and the big dude's been doing it forever and knows everybody. And he's like, oh, I'm going to roll with that dude and break his arm. And I'm like, bro, you go after my arm, I'm going to choke you the hell out, bro. And the thing is these guys don't understand the ego. You got to leave your ego at the door. We're all here to learn. We're all here to just train. We're all here. Like, none of us are competing to do this for a job.
Yeah. I've been fortunate. None of my gyms, East Coast, 4M, even Piper's Gym, Charlotte Jiu-Jitsu.
Dude, you're 300 pounds. Ain't nobody ever going to challenge. Like, ever.
But even observing everyone in the gym.
But they're all really good mannerisms.
They all come in with a humble mentality, and no one is coming in because the instructors control that.
That is
and they won't allow that.
Right. That's right.
Right. So I've been fortunate. I haven't really seen or been a part of a gym where they had individuals who were headhunters or,
I've been around this, to be honest.
Yeah, I haven't been in those gyms.
But I've been to a lot of gyms. I'm sure you have too.
Yeah.
You should go roll with Snake sometime. He's good.
Yeah. I haven't spoken to Snake. Last time I saw him was at the Lifetime Matthews. Yeah. And we always talked about, getting up. It's just really hard now, with the kids.
He's in Harrisburg. He's got a cool little gym now.
Yeah. He's always had that gym.
So what's next for the Playtime Sheets? You got any new ventures? You got Playtime Sheets. What else do you got?
I like to say total domination. We should be in every hospital across the world.
How do you do that?
Distribution.
So do you have the distribution? Do you have the inventory? How many sheets you got in inventory right now?
Right now we're low, but we have containers on the water.
On order?
Right.
So it's going to take 3 to 4 weeks to get here?
I mean, on the 15th, I'll have my disposables of this month.
Okay.
And then in September, I'll have, a full container of my product.
It's going to be till September?
Yeah. It takes 45 days of manufacturing and then, another 30 days, of getting on the water. And that's been...
So you order something, it takes 3 months for it to get to your distribution?
Nowadays, in the past, it could get here in about 45 days.
Okay, so when you have distribution, where are these sheets going when they come here? Where do they go?
So we have partners,
okay,
and some will go to this warehouse, some will go to this warehouse, some will go to this warehouse.
Do you have enough to keep Amazon full?
We sold out on Amazon for Christmas in our slumber bags.
Okay.
So we have new slumber bags arriving.
Did Amazon get pissed because you sold out?
Well, that's a big company. Lil Kevin, they're not going to be pissed. But they've been great partners of mine. I mean, they've really stood behind our company and our brand. But all my partners stand behind our company.
Are they still selling Amazon right now?
Oh, yeah.
So if you go to Amazon right now, you can buy it.
Yeah, you can buy our bed sheets. Now, we're sold out of our slumber bags.
Okay. When you get more of those?
September.
So September for the slumber bags. When you getting the new shipment of the new sheets?
September too. That's all. Everything. That's all one container.
So you got to be careful selling right now. So if you go out to the hospitals and they go say, "I want 5,000 sheets right now," it'll be September.
Oh no. We have enough sheets right now, but we don't have slumber bags. We don't have pillowcases. Our disposables.
So if a hospital calls up and says they want 2,000 sheets, you got them?
I don't have that much.
Yeah, too. How many you sold in since you started this thing? How many sheets you sold?
Oh, that's a good question. I always tell people, to give you in perspective, we've donated roughly up around 7,000 sheets.
You've donated?
Donated.
That's crazy.
So if we've donated that much, and then we've sold
double that,
10x,
70,000 sheets.
Well, yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
this year you're doing pretty good. You making some money now?
Yeah, well, we've always made money. I bootstrapped it.
But you have partners?
No.
This is your business?
Well, it's my business, but I have manufacturing partners.
Okay, but you said some people partnered with you, school teachers. They're not partners in the business.
No.
They were just consultants.
Correct.
Got it. Okay, I want to make clarity on that. This is your business.
Yeah.
You're 100% owner of it.
Correct.
This is your baby. Mm-hmm. That's awesome, man.
Yeah. So we need to be in hospitals in Australia and in Africa and over in England.
How are you going to do that?
Networking.
Networking.
It's going to take individuals who know individuals to introduce us. Canada is right up the street. Mexico is down the street.
Yeah.
We've sold into those places individually, which means that there's also a demand there for our product.
There's demand everywhere.
Right.
All you got to do is get one hospital to believe in you in these other countries, and the word will spread.
That's right. Just like we did here. Right. We got one hospital.
We'll just donate some sheets.
And we have.
Good.
We have
You donated 7,000 sheets.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
We don't care. God always takes care of us.
They do, man. You got to give to get.
Yeah, that's what I tell people.
You got to give to get.
Yeah. So
if you want to get what you want, you got to give.
Now that old saying, don't count other people's money. I don't count my own money. I don't. When I donate a set, I don't think about, did I lose something or how I could have made some money off of that. That's the last thing on my mind.
Yep. I look at everything as marketing.
I don't even look at it as marketing. I look at it as what,
it's investment.
It's like, you were chosen to do something, and you do it to the best of your ability, right? So I'm not trying to get biblical, but for whatever reason, God gave probably 3 people this ideal. I brought it to fruition. I brought it to life. And now he's using me as a vehicle, and I just drive the car. I'm driving Miss Playtime Bed Sheets.
I love it.
I drive the car wherever that car is supposed to go. That's where that car goes. But I never get into first person. Even if you look at my posts, it's never Kevin did this, Kevin did that. It's always Playtime Adventures did what Playtime Adventures is supposed to do.
Exactly. I love that.
Yeah.
You hear that, Micah?
I love that.
Don't you like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I'm learning a lot, man. This is deep.
Keep it simple.
We're with Kevin Gatlin. Deep, keep it simple, the simplest man. Stay in your lane, mind your own business.
That's right.
Do your thing. Quit worrying about everybody else. Make your own news, man. That's what I always say. Make your own news.
That's right. That's right.
If you want to be your own news station, make your own news.
Yeah.
Don't watch other people's station.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if you ain't going in the direction I'm going, man.
And don't think it's glamorous. The one thing about being an entrepreneur and working for corporate America or being an employee is that they're both overrated.
Yeah.
They're both overrated. Matter of fact, you'll kiss more butt as an entrepreneur than you'll ever kiss working for corporate America.
100%.
Keep your day job even after you've matched what you're making.
Yeah.
Because that day job is
it's a grind.
It enables you not to have anxiety and stress. It allows you to have a 401k. It allows you to, and if you use the day job correctly, they'll pay for your college. They'll pay for this. They'll pay for that. Because when you jump out there in the water by yourself,
the sharks will get you.
It's lonely.
It is very
self-doubt and sleepless nights.
People don't even understand, man.
Right?
The amount of anxiety and stress. Yeah.
It is.
I had panic attacks.
Yeah.
I used to ride down the road having a panic attack.
Exactly.
I thought I was having a heart attack.
I have to chew gum when I drive sometimes.
Yes.
Because my mind starts running, and if I'm not in control of my thoughts, I'll start to feel this tingly feeling.
Yeah.
And I know what it is because it happened unexpectedly to me one day.
Right.
And I didn't realize it until I went to the hospital. And they said, well, we think you had an anxiety attack. And I said, well,
What the hell is that?
right, I wasn't. And they said, we're going to give you a test. And they gave me a stress test.
Okay.
And they came back and they said, yep, you had an anxiety attack. I said, well, why? Oh, you tested off the charts.
What they do for what?
You know, the questions like, do you ever feel intimate doom? Do you ever feel like you're going to fail?
Yeah,
do you
yeah,
ever, how late do you stay up at night? How much coffee do you drink? You know, just all these kind of questions related to life.
Yeah.
Right.
And all of them were red flags, anxiety, stress. Yeah.
Right. And I didn't know. They didn't
You were just
tell
answering.
me.
Yeah, you're just answering
I'm
the
just
questions.
answering.
Yeah.
And then they come back and they wanted to put me on medicine.
Yeah.
And I went on it and they had me feeling.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what, Kev, you just have to take some of this stuff out your wagon.
Yeah.
Just kind of be in more control and stay in the moment. Don't let your mind just wander.
Right.
Right. And don't
Stay
stress.
in the moment.
Right. So once I start doing that, I'm fine. Right. Like, for instance, you and I talking right here, I'm in the moment.
Yeah.
I feel no anxiety.
Neither.
Now, on the way down here, I had to chew some gum.
Really?
What I'm going to say. Okay, I still got to do this when I get home. Did I call that hospital back?
Yep.
Walmart needs this.
Right.
Right? So my mind is just running. And before I know it, I'm doing this.
Yep.
Or my wife says, why are you kicking me?
Yeah.
I'm
No, my
doing
foot.
this.
My foot at the dinner table. My foot will be like. I'll be watching TV. Just kicking like.
Yeah.
Micah, how do you stay so damn calm?
26. Very little responsibilities.
I saw his girlfriend. I'm going. Y'all live together?
No, we don't.
Oh, wait till they move in.
Yeah,
together.
that stress. is
Stress.
gonna go
Wait till that happens, bro.
Yeah.
He has no stress
I'm
now.
gonna learn.
Wait till
You are gonna learn.
Wait till you come home and
Yeah.
she's redecorated.
Yeah, she's redecorated.
No, I got a little man cave I'm getting.
All right.
No, you had a little man cave.
You had it.
There's gonna be throw
that's the whole
pillows.
apartment
There's
right
gonna be
now.
throw
Yeah.
pillows in there.
Yep.
Honey, this is now the yoga room. Me and my girlfriends on Tuesday nights are having yoga night in your man cave.
No, I love the decorative towels that you can't use to dry your hands off.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
there's
just a
towels
start.
in the bathroom. That's just a start.
Yeah, it'll be in the kitchen.
No, you'll have fruit bowls in the kitchen that when there's no fruit bowls in them, you can't use those plates.
Right.
I'm sorry, baby. Those are displays only.
Wait until you got my wife has 20 pillows on our bed.
Yeah,
And they all start from little to big.
yeah, yeah. And you got to take them on and off
Right.
every day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I never did that.
yeah. I never had. No, that's crazy, man. Bro, I just want to say thank you so much for coming on this show.
Yeah, man,
I
I
had an
appreciate
absolute
it.
blast. I'm so good to see you, man. You're such a sweet man, and man, I hope bedtime sheets go national. Every country needs them. Playtime Sheets. Michael, make sure you list his website on there. Sure. And man, he's doing good things, man. You know, people that come on this show, man, are good people doing good things, and we're doing nothing but real talk with Mike Burke. And I want to say thanks for everybody tuning in, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you subscribe to our YouTube channel, then every time we post on Tuesdays and Fridays, you will see the new podcast coming out. And if you want to see something on this show, or you want me to talk about something on this show, please leave comments in the YouTube section and let me know what you want me to talk about. Have a good one.